right, there are quite a few new TV shows cropping up on networks across the dial, and they feature black women starring in reality shows. All right, take a look.
Hello. Oh, I love that dress.
Thank you.
Hi. Why are you talking so quiet?
Oh, just thinking about what happened last night.
You're just evil, Nene.
You're evil. You want to try to put up a front for these people, girl, and we done
What was with that? What was going on?
You know what? Typical kid.
Okay, you know what that one is. I don't even have to tell you. That is The Real Housewives of Atlanta. The ratings are great. They're gangbusters. But not everyone is a fan. Some say these shows aren't doing black women any favors in the way they are being portrayed, while others take it for pure entertainment value. Okay, so to talk more about this, we're joined by Crystal Bezic, who's an associate professor at Hofstra University in New York. She's also the author of Black Women's Lives. All right, so let's talk more about this. Crystal, thank you very much for joining us. All right, we're seeing a bunch of new shows. There's What Chili Wants on VH1. There is Tiny and Toya on BET. All right, you say that some of these shows, how do I put this tactfully? You know what? I'm going to write exactly what you said, that they only like black women when we act like fools. What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, I think there is the drama factor. They do have to try to make things more dramatic to sell, you know, to sell. But I think that the shows are moving so far away from reality at this point. I mean, they have nothing to do with what I've seen as a journalist in reporting on actual black women's lives.
Okay. Now, I have seen clips from the Real Housewives of New Jersey where a woman flips a table. All right. She's not black. Yeah. There are women of all races in some of these reality shows that, let's just be honest, act like fools.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is an equal opportunity, you know, garbage pail. I mean, anybody can look ridiculous on these shows. I wouldn't argue that at all.
Okay.
But, you know, since I've sort of written quite a bit, I was a former contributing writer for Essence magazine. I wrote this book called Black Women's Lives. And you see so many other kinds of stories that are really so empowering and so inspirational that it's hard to believe that you can't find those kinds of stories anywhere on television. I mean, I'll give you an example of, I wrote about a woman who was an organic dairy farmer in Vermont. You're never going to hear a story like that anywhere on television. She's a woman who's got many, many layers of complexity, which is what's missing from a lot of these shows. Mm-hmm. You know, her son was killed in actually the first Persian Gulf War, which has inspired her work, not only as a farmer, but as somebody who literally feeds her community day after day, and his spirit lives on in that community, in that small town. I have tons of other stories like that. You know, there's almost not enough room on the pages to tell these stories, but yet you've got this plethora of reality trash all over the place. It's just such a contrast. It's really disturbing.
Okay, some people would say that reality TV is just supposed to be a slice of pop culture. It's supposed to just be entertainment. And that some of the images, if you look at them the right way, if you look at some of these women the right way, there are characters on there that are business women that you're just a hater if you don't see it that way.
Right, yeah. Well, you know, there's always going to be that side. There's, hey, I want to relax. This is entertainment. I want to have some fun. It's no big deal. And in fact, that's what some of the producers told me when I was reporting the story. But I tend to think there aren't two sides to a story. There are many, many sides to a story, and there are many layers of complexity to a story. And one of the layers that I find most interesting that people aren't really talking about is this idea that, you know, what happens when you fill your mind day in and day out with meaninglessness, really? You know, stuff that's just, we're already over capacity, I think, with our brains. We're twittering, we're doing so much stuff with our brains that I have to wonder, do you really want to spend this much time packing your mind with, you know, ridiculous women scratching at each other over some no-good man? I mean, it's mindless.
Okay. Crystal, thank you for your take on it. We appreciate it very much. Crystal Bezic, Associate Professor at Hofstra University. All right, our What Matters segment is a chance for us to take a look at some of the stories in the African-American community that affect all of us. For more, you can check out the July issue of Essence Magazine or log on to CNN.com/What Matters.